If you want to extend the growing season, all you need to do is convert your raised bed, if you're growing in a raised bed, into a mini greenhouse. Months ago, when I was showing you the benefits of using cinder blocks to build raised beds and how easy and quick it is, I said that I was going to show you how to build a mini greenhouse when the weather changes. All right, so this is pretty much after the fact. I still got a few things I need to do to finish it off, but I forgot to videotape it. And instead of taking it all apart and redoing it, I think I'll just tell you what I did. So perhaps if I'm savvy enough, I'll go back and attach a link to this video so that you can go back and look at the other video and see what this raised bed looks like, what it looked like before I converted it into a mini greenhouse. As I said, I still have a couple of odds and ends to do to complete the project. All right, so basically your raised bed is this high, 16 inches high. All right, you're gonna take it from or convert it from a raised bed into a mini greenhouse, so you're going to need to add some material. Now, we said before that our ancestors practiced the temporary building technique, in which they would use the same resources over and over again in different ways. All right, so we didn't have to go out and buy more cinder blocks because we already had them. We used them as raised beds in other areas of our urban garden. So those plants kind of died back because it is chilly. Last night it got down to the 50s, where last week the nighttime temperatures were in the mid 70s. So that's a huge difference. So all of our summer crops, just about all of them, we still have some peppers left and a few tomatoes left, but the unprotected summer fruits have pretty much gone to the wayside, or I went ahead and pulled them up. All right, because I wanted to make space for our fall garden. All right, so we already have the cinder blocks, so now you just need a few other items. The plastic is simply shower curtain liner. Yes, shower curtain liner works. For a raised bed mini greenhouse this size, I only needed 4. Okay, so they're about 71 inches high and 72 inches wide. All right, so I used 2 of them. So this is approximately 12 feet long. All right, the backside of the raised bed we raised up because the sun doesn't hit the raised bed from this angle. Instead, the sun hits the raised bed from this side. So this side, you're going to want your clear material, whether you're using plexiglass or some type of plastic, or in this case, shower curtain liner. The sun needs to be able to get through, because the plants need sun, of course, to live, at least partial sun. All right. As the higher you raise your raised bed in your mini greenhouse, you're going to need something to reinforce it. So these columns here are simply reinforcers. That's all they are, so that the raised bed won't fall out this way. All right, here we have a little bit of spinach. This is just soapy water in case our pest control hit squad miss a couple of pests that is. I just pick them off and drop them in the soapy water, and that's all she wrote. All right, this is our 3-year-old rosemary, and it's just about bit to dust. I tried to replant it in this pot, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead and pull it up because I got plenty of rosemary. But we're not talking about plants necessarily, we're talking about the raised bed. So you can see here how high I have it stacked. So the original raised bed was 2 cinder blocks high, and then I added 3 cinder blocks, as you can see here. All right, so that's how high I brought it up on the side. on the front end, I raised it up 4 cinder blocks. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and on top of that, I have our collards that are being protected from, and our kale and our onions and our leeks that are being protected from any pests. All right, so 4 high on the back end, 3 high on the sides. All right, I'm sorry, yeah, 3 more, or 3 additional cinder blocks on the sides. All right, so like I said, last night it got down into the 50s, and you can see that the greenhouse, the mini greenhouse here, is doing its job. It's holding that heat in there. All right, this mini greenhouse over here we actually purchased, and we just got it last week. The first day I put it up, the plastic already ripped. Let's see if I can find any of these little rips I can show you. Here's one there. All right, here's a rip here. So this plastic here is pretty cheap. So while you may look at this store-bought, if you will, mini greenhouse, you'll say, oh, that looks nice, but it's actually pretty flimsy. It's held together, while it has steel or metal, it's held together by plastic fasteners, which can break. As I said, the plastic that's covering the greenhouse is already torn, but our plastic here does not tear. Again, go in your bathroom if you have a shower curtain liner and try to rip it. It's very sturdy, very effective for being outside too, because you're already using it in the shower, so it'll stand up to all types of weather conditions. So let's take a sneak peek inside of our greenhouse. All right, and we still have basil going. We have a lot of aloe in there. We got rosemary that's doing great in here. This is the stevia that we're going to do another video very shortly and show you how to transplant it, because we want to remove this entire end here so that the plastic will cover this side of the greenhouse. All right, we don't want to buy any more plastic. So since we have that mini greenhouse right there that we purchased, it was very cheap. I just wanted to see how it was going to compare to the one that we built. I recommend building your own. I'm going to dig the stevia out here, and we're going to put it over there in the purchased mini greenhouse so it can extend the season a little bit. We got some beets. Those can be transplanted as well. All right, what else do we have in there? We actually have a tomato plant, or a couple of tomato plants in there, and all of your herbs, any herb that you can really think of that grow naturally in North America, or at least the Northeast region, I have in this mini greenhouse. So this mini greenhouse is really serving its purpose already. So you don't want to wait too late to get that mini greenhouse going. You want to get it going while it's still a little warm during the day. You don't want to wait until the temperature cools off. I actually have some air holes here, so you can see how I staggered the cinder blocks. So all you got to do is pick the plastic up to let that air and oxygen get in there. See, this is a better angle of the plants that are inside of the mini greenhouse. All right, very easy to do. If you played with blocks as a child, you know you can build all types of things with the blocks. The only thing that's going to stop you is your imagination. So let me see if I can zoom out so you can see. Actually, I'll go up top so you can see the comparison of the two greenhouses. All right, the one in the front is the one that I purchased, and the tall one in the back is the one that I built. Didn't take much. I just used a temporary building technique of our ancestors. Go ahead and begin building your mini greenhouse today. It's not going to take long, and it doesn't take much effort. You don't have to use tools. All you need is your muscles. And even if you don't have no muscles, use smaller cinder blocks so it'll be easier for you to maneuver. All right, so this has been Daku. I hope this has been helpful. Peace.